Hi, John Delzell again. It is June 1st today, and what I'm going to talk about is energy consumption. Today, I don't know if a lot of you have heard from the news or been hearing about it. Today is the day that you go if you do not have a provider that you use for your electric consumption. June 1st, and I'm right here in Ohio, so in the company that I use, and I'm assuming that everybody has their own company that has the same kind of situation. Um, that anybody who did not select a provider from the apples to apples comparison or any way that you choose or get into a consortium or anything like that, anybody that was on the standard service option will now on June 1st, your prices are going up. They in Ohio Edison, they're going up from 5.3% per kilowatt hour to 10.1 cent per kilowatt hour. It's a 91% increase. So that is a big thing. I know I have other videos out here. Please make sure you go out and look those if you haven't. But I show you how to use the apples to apples comparison so that you can make sure that you're picking the right choice for you. But again, if you're one of those people that got transferred right over to the new rate effective today, you definitely want to get out of that. So go out to the apples to apples. But today, what I want to talk about are other things that they have actually at Ohio Edison or any of the companies. I've looked at a few different companies other than my own to see any of the home energy analyzer products that they have. So, kind of what I'm going to do today is kind of show you how to use those and some ideas and tips that maybe help you save electricity at your house. Some of these you may already know. Some of them I don't. I mean, I knew, but I don't do. So I have to make sure that if I'm going to be a consumer of electricity the right way and try to save as much money as I can, then I need to start implementing some of these things. So some of them I'll go through. They seem kind of simple, but I bet you a lot of us don't do those things at your own home. So if we're looking to save money on electricity, this is the way to go. So what I'm going to do today here is I'm going to go to your, right behind me here is, and this happens to be Ohio Edison's. What it does, I'm going to log into my own account here. If anybody wants to pay my bill while they're out there, feel free to do so. Um, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into my own account and I'm going to show you some of the products they have right on their website so that you can go and look at these things right away. There on the left-hand side here, on the top actually, if you go up to there, it says a home energy analyzer. So what you're out here, I'm going to help lower my bill. What I've already done here is I've already broken down my own home, but I'm going to go back and update my home profile. What it does here is it takes you right to this category where they're asking you more things about your own home, and they're going to kind of try to help you understand where you compare to neighbors, energy efficient neighbors, those types of things. So right now there's two in my home. I used to have a larger bunch of kids, but they all moved out. But single family home, we actually, and you just click through these as you go, and they're going to project what my cost savings would be along the way. I've already actually filled in, and it's not letting me refill these when I update my home. But what I did is I already filled these in. So you're going to go through and answer the questions that they have. How many appliances are you using? Do you have a water heater? Is it electric? Is it gas? They're going to ask you all kinds of questions. How long do you leave your lights on at your house? How many hours do you watch the TV in a day? So when you fill those out, what it does is it breaks down my actual home usage here. And it shows me what my costs were per appliances, what my water heaters cost me, and this is on a monthly basis, what my electronics are costing me, lighting, other things. It breaks down your own home so you can see what you're spending on that. It can show you what you're going to project. It's projecting that I was going to use 1,583 kilowatt hours from May 20th through June 18th. It's 15% less than last year. Don't know how we did that, but we did. So it does a bill comparison. It actually shows you what they think 2023's next month is going to be. But you got to keep in mind a lot of this. I didn't have the electricity or the air conditioner working the same way. There's a bunch of different factors. So, but what it does at the end here, it shows that how I compare to my neighbors, where I fall in, what my average neighbors use in kilowatt hours per month, and what energy efficient neighbors are using. So that's a big difference. So a couple of those things that you want to keep in mind, and there are a couple of those things, and I have a few. I wrote them down just so I didn't skip over them. I don't do this at all at my house, but any appliances that you're not using, your toaster, um, your microwave, anything that plugs into the wall, battery or phone chargers that are just sitting there, they're actually generating usage of energy, even if you're not using them. By simply unplugging them from the wall, you're saving them. So I might use the toaster once or twice a week, but it's plugged in all the time right now, so I don't do that. So I need to unplug those. I'm gonna kind of try to compare when I do those things, what it does to my my analysis on my Ohio Edison account down the road, just to kind of see if it's making any sense for me. So you're going to want to do that. You're going to want to buy energy efficient appliances. I know that a lot of people don't have the money to go out and buy a new appliance today, but if your refrigerator takes a a kaplunk and you need to go get a new one, make sure it's an energy efficient one. Washing clothes at a lower temperature. I do know that there's some of those detergent companies out there that are actually saying that their detergents work at a lower temperature. The average temperature should be 86 degrees Fahrenheit is the water that is the most efficient way to wash your clothes. Also, when you're washing your clothes, there's an energy grid, and when it's being used at higher times during the day, when people are at work or when people are awake, they're using more electricity. If you run some of your items or run some of your appliances at night, it's usually about 50% cheaper because the grid is not being used as much. So things like your dishwasher, you can turn those on at night. Wake up in the morning and your dishes are done. Probably a lot of people do that already, but if you run them during the day, you're paying a little bit more for running that during the day than versus at night. Um, Microwaves, we all know this. Instead of starting your oven up to heat up a piece of food that you had from last night, just use your microwave. It's a much more efficient way to heat your food and your leftovers. Take shorter showers. I can I can get in and out of it. I'm not dirty by any means, but I can get out of the shower in 5 minutes. But I know some of my kids in the past used to, it'd be a half hour they're still in the shower. That's the lesser time that you're in the shower using hot water is the lesser time that your hot water tank is heating up. So obviously, if you can take a shorter shower, take a shorter shower. Make sure you get your appliances serviced regularly. Again, this is something I haven't done. I kind of just use my appliances until they die. I guess maybe I should have think about it a different way. So I'm going to try to be more efficient with those types of things. Also, one of the things that you want to look at when you're trying to be more energy efficient is your refrigerator and your freezer. Make sure that your temperatures are set at the right temperature. The normal settings for a refrigerator should be 38 to 41 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you're outside of those ranges, you may want to get inside that range to be more efficient with your electricity. Also, your freezers, you want to be at about one degrees Fahrenheit is where you want to be. That's the most efficient temperature for your freezers to save the most electricity when you're using them. So make sure you check those things. There's a knob inside your freezer and your refrigerator that can change the temperatures. If some of you have a more up to date newer refrigerator, freezer, it's going to be on the front punch digital thing on the front of your refrigerator where you can change the temperature. So just make sure you check those and that you're in the right range. You can invest in smart technology. There are Nest out there now, like thermostats that control your power and when they come on and when they come off. If you have the ability to get involved in any of that, that's a good option. They sell them at all the hardware stores, the Lowe's, the Menards, the Home Depots, all those places have Nest programs out there. Last thing is to use energy efficient light bulbs. If you're going out and buying those, they're not they're a little bit more expensive, but when you look at the usage hours, when you're looking at those lights versus a regular light bulb, you're going to save more money over time. So make sure you're doing that. But again, today is June 1st of 2023. So if you're one of those people that did not choose a supplier for your electricity, please go out to the Apples and make a choice. Today is the day that the 91% increase they went up. So if you don't realize this or you look at this video later on down the road, you might find out that, boy, I should have switched earlier. But you're really going to find out in a month when your bill goes through the roof and you don't understand why. So again, thank you again for watching the Dalzell Agency, things you should know. Please make sure you subscribe. I'd like to see new subscribers out there. I have, in the last month, got a lot of new views and a lot of new subscribers. So I appreciate all those of you that did that. Again, hopefully this information helps you along the way. Have a great day. Bye-bye.